kicks off in Rouen later this evening, before Monday sees Finland host France and Hungary go to Belgium. 8 groups, teams playing each other home and away, 6 games in total. The top 3 from each group advance to the second round, taking their records with them. Then 4 groups of 6 in the second stage. The top 3 from each group advancing to the World Cup, making up 12 European nations out of the 32 who will compete on the grand stage in Qatar. Finland being introduced first, led out by the captain, Sasu Salin, and the ultimate sniper and veteran, Mikael Jantunen, one of their star players. And of course, there will be lots of focus on Mika Muranin, the 18-year-old phenom, who was the rising star of Eurobasket in the summer. A consensus 5-star recruit and one of the top players for the class of 2026. Part of a nice blend of ages on a squad that's developed great chemistry in recent years, of course, under Lassi Tovi. For Hungary, who've come through the pre-qualifiers to get here, there's a couple of really dangerous veteran scorers on this roster. David Voivoda and Zoltan Pearl, both comfortably capable of putting up 20 points. Naturalized big man Nate Reeves, a floor stretcher who plays at the highest level in Europe, and a lot of excitement around the 25-year-old Adam Shomogi, who's currently leading the Basketball Champions League with 9 assists a game. They'll get their 6th man behind them. This crowd in Szombathely tonight. Kasper Okorn is the man who leads Hungary, a winner of domestic league and cups here in Hungary and in Croatia and his native Slovenia. We'll pause now for the 2 national anthems.
Most pedig énekeljük el közösen Magyarország nemzeti himnuszát. Now please remain standing for the national anthem of Hungary.
Hungary 48th in the FIBA World Rankings, hosting Finland, the 17th ranked nation, here in Szombathely on game day 1 of the 2027 FIBA World Cup European qualifiers in Group G. 9 of the 12 players on the Finland roster tonight, part of their historic run to the semi-finals of this summer's Eurobasket. Larry Markkanen, of course, the big absentee, as we get an introduction to your officiating crew from Croatia, Turkey and Greece tonight. Despite Finland missing their marquee name, still such great chemistry, experience and cohesion in this group that starts this World Cup qualifying campaign. Get a look at the starters here for Finland. And Oliver Kamoa, the 25-year-old, is really stepping up for club and country now. Mikael Jantunen in there as well, playing at the top level in Europe. For his club side, Lassi Tovi, who was an assistant since 2010, took over the head coach role to guide the team to Eurobasket 2022, achieved their first quarter-final in 55 years, and then this summer, their first ever Eurobasket semi-final. In between, led Finland to just their second ever World Cup appearance. Hungary largely the same as the team that made it through the pre-qualifiers in August, missing Georgi Goloman, but adding the creative wizard Adam Shobogi. And he starts along with Nate Reivers, Zoltan Pearl, Norbert Lukács and Szilard Benka. We have Voivoda, another big offensive weapon to come off the bench. Adam Shobogi averaging 10.7 assists a game in the Hungarian league this season. There is Kasper Okorn. Hungary has never before played at the World Cup, but in their qualifying campaign for the 2023 edition, they did get within just one win of making it to the grand stage. They were 3-3 the first stage and the second stage.
We play good catch, okay? If we switch, we can go down.
They finished fourth of these 6 teams in their group last time out. 1 win behind Montenegro, who they beat by 4 on the road, but lost by 16-2 on home court.
If we go aggressive, you understand me? Communicate with me, Shobogi. First open.
The last World Cup in 2023 was only Finland's second ever qualification. Lassi Tovi, an assistant for their first in Spain in 2014, and then led them to that one a couple of years ago. So they have now made it to 2 of the last 3 editions, having never previously qualified. In Spain, they were 1-4, bottom of their group. At the last edition, 0-3 in the group, but beat Venezuela and Cape Verde in the classification rounds to finish 21st of the 32 teams. Plenty of positivity for both of these nations heading into this long journey towards the 2027 FIBA World Cup in Qatar. Finland at the peak of their powers in recent years, keep on raising the bar. And Hungary, a former European champion who, before missing out this summer, had made back-to-back Eurobaskets for the first time since 1969. Successfully making it through the pre-qualifiers ahead of this campaign as well, winning both of their games in front of their home crowd. Here in Szombathely, these fans will look to boost their team again for what would be a big underdog win for Hungary. Finland have contested a first ever Eurobasket quarter-final in 2022, a first ever semi-final this summer, and now they aim to qualify for back-to-back World Cups for the first time in their history. Nate Reivers, the naturalised power forward, who could play at centre as well, contesting the opening tip and winning it for Hungary. It'll be an interesting dynamic with the With the ball in his hands now, Shomogyi up high. That is what he can do. And how about some Hungarian hang time to start? Adam Shomogyi, who's shown that kind of potential in the Basketball Champions League this season. That was a thunderous finish to get this one underway and set the tone, and Finland missed their first shot. Shomogyi averaging 9 assists a game to lead the BCL in that department so far this season. Outside shot this time for Hungary. The rebound secured, and Finland will look for their first score. It's a risky entry pass. Too easy to telegraph. It was the quick hands of Lukac. Shomogyi. It's Rivers, who can be a real floor stretcher, and he shows it. The 2'9" big man knocking down the outside shot, Nate Rivers. That high-flying finish, and then showing his range as well. All 5 points in this game from Rivers. Ball circulation. And the first score off the back of it. Mikael Jantunen. Euro Cup champion with Paris under Thomas Sisalo a couple of years ago. And they made the EuroLeague playoffs last season with the team from the French capital. Moved to champions Fenerbahce in the summer. Finger roll will fall, and Hungary up by 5 again. No problems scoring for the hosts so far. Head on Makshuni to the far side for Finland. Gets it back, Makshuni, the 27-year-old point guard. Kamoa wanted it in the middle, knocked away, and a whistle and a turnover from Makshuni. Checked the ball really well at Eurobasket in the summer, but he fumbled it there. Just 1.4 turnovers a game at Eurobasket. Zoltan Pol with the last score for Hungary. Rivers with the first 5 points from the elbow. Back iron on the shot for Pearl that time. Offensive rebound, Rivers pushed into the paint, and the denial, but a goaltend. Oliver Kamoa impressive, but a little bit late to get back. And the score good for Lukac. So Hungary stretched their lead to 7. 9 points in the first 3 minutes for the hosts here. Pressure on defense as well. Kamoa, 3-point shot for him. Saved on the baseline. Well-measured save back towards Makshuni. Shot clock down to the final 3 ticks here. Jantunen over everything. And Hungary not just scoring at one end of the court, but playing determined lockdown defense at the other as well. Finland held to 2 points in over 3 minutes of action. Just 1 of 4 from the field, and committing 3 turnovers already. Shomogyi. Oh, lovely move, and delivers the underarm harm. Adam Shomogyi showing his facilitating and his scoring in the early exchanges here, and Hungary lead Finland by 9 points, forcing Lassi Tovi to call a timeout.
Ne pikit eikä katota, me squeezataan ne, me puhutaan jos meillä on yhtään protectioni, joka kerta peitissä saa tehdä 1 vastaan 1. Se ei me kyllä pallossakaan riittävästi painata. No nyt 5 flättiä puolustusta. Yhtään virhettä. No niin, menee siitä.
You saw there Mika Murinen, a young man with wings, waiting in the wings for his chance to take to this stage and maybe take off on this stage, but it's Nate Reivers who's done that so far. Shomogyi, that time, the highlight play behind the vertebrae. Reivers the three after the alley-oop to start. And Pearl is picking up points as well, and Hungary have 11 of them in the first 3.5 minutes, and Shomogyi is running the show. 2 points, 2 assists for him, 0 misses, 0 turnovers. What have Finland got off the back of the timeout? Down by 9. High pressure from the defense again, but Finland now can settle into their half-court set. And a foul on Melak. Gogo Melag with the first foul of this ball game. Corner three. The man they wanted to have it, Sasu Salin, but he couldn't convert. And Finland are all out of sorts. Big offensive rebound, Reivers. He's having a huge impact. 5 points, 2 offensive boards already. 3-point shot again, Benka. Off again, offensive rebound again. Melak. Bang! If at first you don't succeed, keep on grabbing offensive rebounds and pulling the trigger from the perimeter. Zoltan Pearl up to 5 points. Hungary with a double-digit lead already. Comfortable putback for Kamoa. And just the second score for Finland. We were only 1 of 5 from the field with 3 turnovers before that one. Home fans here in Sombate really making themselves heard. Pass pinged out. 3-point shot, they're queuing up on the perimeter. And Norbert Lukács, as Hungary continue to shoot lights out. Off the wonderful ball movement, the open shot. And Hungary right now the antithesis of Finland. 7 of 11 from the field, including 3 of 6 on the outside. Not a single turnover as well. 13 the lead for Hungary, 17 points in the first 5 minutes of this one, and another turnover on Finland, their 4th. Benka. It's another 3. Not this time for Lukács. Salin with multiple hands here to Kamoa. Finger roll good for Kamoa, his second score. Antonen got the first 2 points. Kamoa's had the last 4 now for Finland. Oh, the pass to the foul line, then one further towards the baseline, and they slice right through the heart of the Finnish defense. Finland just can't get stops right now. Sepala. Veteran point guard to the far side. 3-point shot. Off. Offensive rebound. Put back in. Alexander Madsen. And freedom of the paint to grab that one. So Finland at least starting to score. A couple of their 4 scores off the back of offensive rebounds. They just can't keep up with this young man. Offensive rebound for Hungary. And back in it goes, but Adam Shomogyi is sending the defense on skates and having them chase shadows at the same time. Foul on Lukács. Hungary are 9 of 15 from the field, but they've also got 4 offensive rebounds. So They've only failed to score on 2 trips down the floor. Sepala into the lane, twisting, turning, and trying to find a little bit of room in a packed paint was Jantunen. Let's see if Finland can get a defensive stop. A rare defensive stop. 5 assists without a turnover for Hungary. 6 misses, but offensive rebounds on 4 of them. 21 points in 7 minutes, but there is a first turnover on a travel inside his own half of the court. Is this where the tables start to turn, perhaps? Hungary have 1 foul still to give. Finland yet to commit a foul. I'm not sure that will please head coach Lassi Tovi. Pass is pinged about. Salin got it. That's what Sasu does. Sasu Salin from the outside, the 34-year-old sharpshooter, gets Finland back within 10. Their first triple on their 6th attempt. Rivers back in after a break. The handoff to Pongo. Quickly down the baseline, tripped by Salin. Was his opposite number, David Voivoda. Voivoda's only been in for a couple of minutes, hasn't taken a shot yet. He's a little hurt from that impact. He's one of their 2 big weapons, the 35-year-old, averaging 18.3 points per game in the Hungarian league this season. Zoltan Pearl averaging over 20 points per game for a 2nd straight season in the Hungarian league. He's going to come back in as those 2 weapons are interchangeable for Gasper Okorn. We'll hope that Voivoda is okay to continue not too long on the sideline. He was meant to be giving this man a break. Instead, Zoltan Pearl back in and back doing what he does best. 7 points for Pearl, 12 the lead for Hungary. Over 20 points per game this season and last season in domestic competition, Pearl. He's shooting a 58-40-90 split this season. Last season, a 61-42-91 clip. At that level, just an elite scorer. Sepala to the far side now. Murinen in the game for the first time. Madsen's 3, and he drops it, and Finland are at least back within single figures. Ponga, 9 the gap. Oh, Murinen there. Quick hands poked it away, but couldn't grab the handle on it. Step back, long 2 if it goes. Halfway down, back out. Salin. Perhaps the rebound, positive signs perhaps emerging here for Finland. The stop and the pop, but the back eye, an offensive rebound though for Sepala. And now they're playing the half-court Finland. Lari Sepala. And that will send Hungary to the foul limit. So Jantunen set to go to the line for 2. Tomasz Polaj with the foul. And catch the break here. Dalin goes to get his own break. Long minutes at the age of 34, the captain. 20 minutes a game at Eurobasket. Jantunen at the line. One of the players for Lassi Tovi in this nation who's really stepping up as a star now, Mikael Jantunen. 28 minutes a game at Eurobasket. He was Finland's 2nd best player by efficiency, only after Lauri Markkanen. 12.1 points, 4.8 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 0.8 steals. Shot 93% from the line. Corner 3 for Hungary in transition, the triple. Pinpoint from Polaj. how quickly Hungary hit Finland off the back of the foul shot miss. Open spot for the three, well short from Sepala, and a chance to run again for Hungary. Foul at centre court. Now they will ask the question as to whether this could be unsportsmanlike. Sepala coming across from the side. Through essentially the wrong side of the player. The ball was on the right hand of Polai. 36.6 seconds to play in the first. It has been deemed unsportsmanlike, so this means free throws and possession for Hungary, albeit Marcel Pongo misses the first. It was Pongo who was fouled. 28-year-old point guard. Averaged 8.5 points, 3 assists in 18 minutes in the pre-qualifiers. Shot 89% at the line, but he splits the pair here, Pongo. So Hungary by 12 and have the ball back. Pongo draws a couple of defenders high, and the extra height to shoot. Nate Reavers has that ability to shoot over so many opponents. Hungary up by 14. Reavers with 7 points. Peltonen into Murinen, and straight away the foul on Polai before he could even think about whether he might be on the wrong side of a poster or not. Mika Murinen, 18-year-old phenom of a talent. Produced some of the biggest highlight reel moments at Eurobasket in the summer. His dad, Kimmo Murinen, won over 150 caps for Finland. He would admit, I'm sure, that his son is more talented, certainly has more potential. 2'11" forward at the age of 18, who's got a 2'20" wingspan. And incredible athleticism. And he can shoot as well. First points for Murinen. Hungary by 12, final seconds of a formidable first for them, and they're not slowing down. A 31-point period and a 14-point lead to head into the first break for Hungary, who have been red hot right the way through. Finland's defense has been dominated and at times non-existent. Hungary shooting 75% from two, 50% on the perimeter, and playing some good defense of their own at times as well. Finland have so much they need to improve. They turned on the razzle-dazzle right from the opening tip. It started with an alley-oop that we don't see from Reavers off one of a number of assists from Shemogi. He was doing it all early on. Shemogi with a couple of points and a couple of assists. And you wondered if the intensity or at least the creativity would drop for Hungary when Shemogi went to the bench the final 3 minutes of the period, but it did not. They actually rather opened up an even bigger lead. 14, their largest of the game. That's the advantage they have at the end of one. 9 points each from Zoltan Pearl and Norbert Lukac, 24-year-olds who only played a minor role in the Eurobasket qualifiers. He's really looking to step up into the spotlight here in the World Cup qualifiers. They've also had 7 points in 6.5 minutes from Nate Reavers. As for Finland, 5 points from Alexander Madsen to lead the way. And 3 assists for Finland with 4 turnovers the first 10 minutes. Catch that QR code if you can. If not, find it in the App Store. The Courtside 1891 app for all the stream schedules and scores, especially across the course of this World Cup qualifying campaign, which begins for these two nations here tonight. What a way to begin it with a bang for Hungary in Szombathely. A 14-point lead for the hosts over a much higher ranked nation as we start the second period. Antonin to McShooney, directing traffic. McShooney, a foul unnecessarily on Botonche. Botonche, who turns 21 tomorrow. Only played 2.5 minutes total in the pre-qualifiers, so rare seconds on the court for him on the eve of his 21st birthday. Behind the back, McShooney. Valtonen trying to volley his way down the baseline and bank it in as well, to no avail. So Hungary looking to extend the lead. Urunen forced by the defender to leave his feet, but an intimidating presence protecting the perimeter. And work here with Pongo in the final few seconds. Rivas looking to plough his way through the paint and puts it in. Nate Rivas now has 9. 3 different scores on 9 points for Hungary in a largest lead that keeps on growing and growing, and they pick it back, and the floaters for Rivas will go down off every inch of the iron, and Hungary are hitting Finland hard from every single angle. They've more than doubled the tally of the Finns through the first 11 minutes, and Lassi Tovi is forced to call timeout again. His Finland side trail by 18.
No niin, se meni jo. Sitä ei tarvitse. Feed forward next. Hei, me mennään nyt kaikki teidän pikit alas. Kaikki alas. Nyt se aukaisee koko ajan. Kaikki alas. Niin ei tuu sitä pokettiin. Teidän pitää olla aikaisemmin siellä. Hei. Tästä kiinni nyt. Alas. Liikuta palloa. Sisäkääntö. Kaikki nämä muut pelit pois. Sisäkääntö ja pallo liikkeelle. Let's go. Iso screen.
It's just absolute dominance right now from Hungary. Playing with such a swagger on the offensive end and such a grit and determination on the defensive end. I expected a retaliation from Finland at the start of the second. We've seen anything but. Valtonen. Gets it back from McShooney. Valtonen. And how quick they are to pick pockets. Pongo. Can he keep it in his pocket after taking it off somebody else? There's that grit on the defensive end again. Quick hands, determination all round to help defense from the blind side. Never saw Pongo coming. Finland trying to and having to try and match the intensity of their hosts to keep themselves in this game right now, down 18. Pongo, chance for the lead to hit 20 or beyond. Chet for 3, it was too long. Poke back, but a foul, tough to take. It was close to being another forced turnover. 6 turnovers on Finland now in the opening 12 minutes of this game. 11.5 minutes. 6 turnovers. And only 3 assists. Can they create here? McShooney to the far side. And the flash into the lane, the tough, tight quarters bounce pass, and turnover number 7. Finland having to play the risky pass to try and open up the Hungarian defense, and Lassi Toby looks lost. Chair checks out. Shamogi. The man who really set the tone from the opening tip. Zoltan Pearl, Shamogi, far side and a foul. That's the first on Finland here in the second. Hungary picked up 2 early fouls in this period. Kasper Okorn's team turning turnovers into high percentage opportunities as well. They have an 8-0 advantage in fast break points. A 9-3 advantage in points off turnovers. Finland need to improve in so many areas. Protecting the ball, shooting the ball, and playing defense. Hungary getting so many open looks. They have been doing in transition and in the half court. That time, the long three rims out for Valerio Bodon. They'll work it around the perimeter again. Sepala, Madsen. Entry pass into Jantunen. Jantunen against multiple opponents. Forced to commit the foul as Lukacs comes up with it. And he's become Hungary's secret weapon, really. The ace up Kasper Okorn's sleeve. Lukacs has played under 8 minutes. He's got 9 points, 3 rebounds, an offensive rebound and 2 steals. Pearl. Pull the play in. Hungary will look for that 20-point lead. Shamogi, Pearl. Big-time scorer and big-time creator in the backcourt. Shamogi behind the back with those long limbs. Shot clock down to the final few ticks. He's going to look to take on the floater at pace and with precision. Adam Shamogi putting on a show. Hungary putting on a show. Lead Finland by 20. Jantunen was waiting for the foul. Defender flying over the back of him. Commits it. Jantunen couldn't absorb the contact and convert. Will go to the line for 2. So Finland, who had dominated in the first, you expected a fight back, have been even further dominated in the second. A 6-0 second period in favour of the hosts, stretching their 14-point advantage to 20. Jantunen looking for Finland's first score in the second in more than 3 minutes of action. The last point was Mika Murinen foul shot, a repair of them. 13 seconds of the first period to play. So this is a 3.5-minute drought that comes to an end, albeit only by splitting a pair. When was their last field goal? It was with nearly 2 minutes remaining in the first period. So it's a 5.5-minute field goal drought for Finland. Alexander Madsen with a 3-pointer at 1:48 left in the first. They're shooting only 33% from the field. Shamogi at the line, having a true breakout in the BCL, and Robert Lukacs looking to break out onto the international scene here. Here's the appreciation of this crowd and gets the appreciation of his teammates. Shamogi at the line, averaging a competition high 9 assists a game in the BCL, as well as 12 points, 4.3 rebounds and 1.8 steals. He's shooting the ball well. The Achilles heel for him is the turnover count, 3.8 turnovers a game, amongst the highest in the competition. Salim got it. Sassu Salin with the splash in the blink of an eye. He's got a pair of threes. Finland back with an 18. Shamogi far side, pings it out. Can they cancel? No, they can't. Rebound Finland. The captain looking to come to the fore in Finland's time of need. But he lost it though. Shamogi ploughing his way into the paint and getting some contact on his way through and earning a trip to the line. There you see the turnover count, 8-1 now. Finland have had their feathers ruffled. But there's two sides to that story. Firstly, Hungary have played very well indeed, and they've forced a number of those turnovers with their defense. Finland's defense has just not applied anywhere near enough pressure. Hungary have largely been allowed to keep the ball without fear of losing it. As a team, they've shot 80% on the interior, Hungary, 12 out of 15, as well as 36% on the outside, 4 out of 11. And they're now 5 of 6 at the foul line. 20 the lead again, and another turnover, the 9th from Finland. Hungary flooding forward, foot firmly on the pedal. That time no points. Now Finland's turn to try and do the same, and the foul is on the defense. And that's another problem for Finland, is that they weren't committing fouls in the first period, largely because of a lack of intensity from their defense. Lassi Tovi's team have actually committed 4 fouls already in this quarter, but Hungary matched them at 4 now. So any further fouls from either defense the rest of the way until half-time will result in free throws. And straight away, we see that happen here as Jantunen will go to the line. Jantunen in posting a team second best 12.1 points at Eurobasket in the summer. Shot 58% from 2, 45% from 3 and 93% at the line. But he's missed a foul shot already here. And he needed some help from the rim to get that one to go down. It's only 1 of 4 from the field as well. He's in fact missed a couple of free throws. He's now 4 of 6. He's the joint top scorer for Finland with 6 points, along with Sassu Salin, who's 2 of 4 from three-point range. Jantunen goes out, 18 the gap, 5.5 to play in the first half. Shamogi, 6 perfect points and 3 assists without a turnover for him now. Here he goes again, bounce pass. He's just got an array of creative talents. Adam Shamogi and the one at the stripers, well to come for Melag. Right through the contact of Kamoa. Off the 4th assist from Shamogi. You can still call Adam Shamogi a young talent. He's 25. And he's really just announcing himself on the continental club scene in the BCL with Sornoki, Olai, and indeed on the international scene here with Hungary. Salin short on that 3, having hit a couple already. Shamogi a rebound, scans the floor. He's pinging passes around in so many different ways, Shamogi. Foul on Lari Sebala. Foul shots to come for Hungary. They have witnessed an offensive annihilation of Finland thus far. Jesper Okorn's team winning both of their games on home court in the pre-qualifiers. Doing so against Macedonia and Romania after they lost their first game in Romania to start, then won the 2 at home. That secured their place in these qualifiers before They ultimately lost a dead rubber of a last game in Macedonia. (22) now the largest lead, a game in which Finland haven't led, a game in which Hungary set the tone right off the bat with an alley-oop from Shemogi to Rivas within the opening seconds. Shemogi called for the contact there. Up against fellow rising star Mika Murinen. They've got some players in foul trouble, Hungary, but not players they'll be too concerned about, I don't think. In fact, Vincent Valerio Bodon has 4 fouls already in 5.5 minutes, but he's not a player they expect to play too much. So he's been used wisely in a way by the coach to inject that intensity to the game without fear of the byproduct of it. Tomasz Polaj in a similar way as well has done the same. He's got 3 fouls. Backline Shemogi, offensive rebound again, this time from Benka. Shemogi. 3-point shot, a couple of feet back, lands, and it's a 23-point lead for Hungary. Pongo from the perimeter. And they're flirting with 50 with still 4 minutes to play in the first half. That one pops out for Kamoa. Shemogi to Benka. And winning the battle on the boards as well, despite the fact Finland have missed so many more shots. And also leading the offensive rebounding count. Shemogi missed. Rivas could only bat it back to the opposition, threatening the stop and the pop. Instead, the stop and the flyby and the drop for Sasu Salin. 3 threes for Salin in a first half in which Finland have struggled to score. He's 3 of 6 on the outside now for a team-high 9 points. Benka. Still, Finland trail by 20, despite the 9 of the captain. For them, 3 fouls on Madsen, a couple on Sepala. Nobody else on more than 1. This team have not slowed down for a moment. Pearl. Shemogi off ball right now, saved at centre court by Pearl. Plays out to the double team, and the shot from mid-range is good in the nick of time for Gergo Melag. And at times it's as though Hungary can't miss as they hit 50 with 3 minutes to spare in the first half. Entry pass measured to perfection. Jantunen couldn't convert, but goes to the line again. Well, he's 4 of 6 so far. Team at 8 of 10 at the line. Mika Murinen with each of the other 4 attempts, making them all. No signs at any juncture of this first half so far of a finished comeback. And Jantunen misses another. He's 4 of 7 now, Jantunen. And he shot 93% at Eurobasket. Quarterback pass into the end zone. Rivas drops it off and fouled on his flight path was Pearl. Just a desire from Hungary to get quicker down the floor. They're really pushing the pace and piling on the pressure. This is a Finland team that is largely the same as the one that Played the bronze medal game at Eurobasket in the summer, of course missing Lauri Markkanen, but otherwise we've got 9 of the 12 players from their Eurobasket roster available for Lassi Tovi tonight. Pearl hits double figures in the first half. It's been a balanced offensive output from Hungary as well, with Shimoki pulling the strings. Pearl and Rivers each have 11 now. Lukac has 9. Several players on 6. 23 ties the largest lead. Sally, far side. Myrinen, outside shot, short. Rebound Shimogi. It's Rivers from range. Nate Rivers with sweet string music to the ears of Sombate. A 26-point Hungary lead, 55 in the first 18 minutes. Salino, not shy to shoot, has set his radar right tonight. The captain with 12 points, despite his team only having 32. He needs some help right now, Sasu Sali. Hungary by 23 still. Passing out of a pack, drawing moths to a flame and burning them from long range was Benka. Showtime basketball in Sombate. Hungary are pulling the Finnish defense apart. That time Jantanen puts it in. Always got somebody forward quickly. Rivers is fouled by Myrinen. So Nate Rivers will go to the line, having just knocked down his second 3 a few moments ago. He's got 14 perfect points in 12.5 minutes, Rivers. Had 25 points, as well as 5 rebounds in the decisive pre-qualifier win against Romania. Shimoki hears it again as he goes out on 6 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, 0 turnovers in 14 minutes so far. Rivers at the line where he will hope to remain perfect. His first trip to the stripe tonight. 6 of 6 from the field, including 2 threes. Played 3 of the pre-qualifiers and averaged 15.3 points, as well as 6.3 rebounds. Much more efficient and effective than he was in Eurobasket qualifying. Really starting to play his best basketball on the international stage with his adopted nation. And he will go to the bench on 16 perfect points in 12.5 minutes. 26 the Hungary lead, final minute of the first half approaching. The largest lead keeps on growing and growing. Not many saw this coming. 3-point shot again, short. It's only Salin who's really hitting them. And Hungary can flood forward off the back of another miss. Trying to slam the defensive door was Bertha Blomgren, but a foul. Chet with the pass. Hungary on the charge. Back to the line they go. Well, in fact, no. It wasn't a foul. Beg your pardon. Finnish ball. That was a foul on Pongo. Somebody's got to rally the troops. Jantanen trying to do that on the court. Lassi Tovi has done it time and time again with timeouts. The previous attack from Hungary, they called the offensive foul on Boton Chet. Shuni knocking down a pair, but it's on defense. And Finland have show no signs of finding the answers to the major issues that Hungary are posing.
We are putting silly inside. Okay. Okay. We will put Melek and Boti. And here Beryl and Shomochi. Okay. Cross. And one guy start here, receive the ball. When we come on other side, if they are staying in zone, if they stay zone, same offense like I will right now. Boti, screen for Beryl. Here is Pongo. Here is Melek. Here is...
He is behind the wheel right now, and Hungary are playing in 6th gear. They have 60 first-half points. Chamogi, 6.6 assists, 2 double-digit scorers already. A team that's shooting 74% from 2 and 47% from 3, as well as 85% at the line. Final minute of the first half, they lead Finland by 24. And Murinen just owning the airspace and taking out his frustration on the basketball. Hungary will get it back, 12 on the shot clock, 23 differential. It's going to be a tough locker room to be in at half-time for Finland. Nice use of the pivot foot, ball movement, fake, banker, foul, travel. Banker doing his best to move the defense around. Instead, the footwork. Now you've got a 4.5-second differential that Hungary might get to use off the back of this possession from Finland. Ideally, they'd like to use as much time as they can to generate a final score of a really tricky first half. Makshuni, 5 to shoot now. Salim was the target, quick hands in the passing lane. Meleg knocks it out, 4.1 on the shot clock. Well, they create a good look, and there's a foul on the 3, a defensive breakdown. Hugo Melag caught sleeping a little bit, then tried to make amends for it. And that is not a good foul at all. He fouls the shooter on a 3-point shot in a game in which Finland have only gone 5 of 16 for 31% on the outside and struggled to shoot it on the interior as well. He fouls Makshuni, who has missed his only previous field goal attempt in the game. He is a good 3-point shooter traditionally. That's not where you want to commit the foul. So Makshuni at the line for 3. Bit of a gift for Finland with 6 seconds to play of the first half. One positive for them is they have got to the line consistently. 17 free throw attempts in the first half, making 14 of them. Antonin responsible for all 3 of their misses. 21 the gap. Murinen checks out. Hungary have 6 seconds to travel the length of the floor. I wouldn't bet against them the way they've been playing in this first half. It's a 3 if it goes, and it's short. Wouldn't go off the hop either for Zoltan Pearl. But pretty much everything else has fallen for Hungary. A 60-point first half to lead Finland by 21. Lassi Tovi with so much to talk through with his team in the main intermission. Hungary shooting a 70-44-85 split. Finland's offensive output is not horrific, but their defense is. Hungary 60, Finland 39 at the break. Rivas with 16 points leads all scorers. Pearl has 11. Sasu Salin 12 points leads Finland. He's made 4 threes, but they trail by 21. Well, they couldn't have asked for a better start to this 2027 World Cup qualifying campaign here in Szombathely. It was a 31-17 first period in favor of Hungary. This young man dictating the tempo and setting the tone early on. It was the Shamogi show. 6 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, 0 turnovers. And 2 of 4 shooting for him. Facilitating a balanced offense. And saw Rivas produce a perfect 16 points on 6 of 6 field goal shooting and 2 of 2 at the stripe. 11 points for Zoltan Pearl, who's 4 of 8 from the field. 9 points for Norbert Lukacs, as well as 3 rebounds and a couple of steals. 6 points for Melag, 6 points for Pongo. And Finland flustered. They did put up 22 points in the second period, Finland, but still allowed their host 29. No signs of an improvement on the defensive end from Lassi Tovi's team at any point through the opening 20 minutes. Hungary dishing 16 assists with only 3 turnovers in that first half. They lead by 21 at the main break.
Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good. Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah! This is what it's all about. It's all one big basketball family, folks. Winning time. Both teams over the limit. You have got to be kidding me! Oh my! Jefferson. Just guarded by Brooks. He spins. He gets away from him. Look at that finish. Just enough English to put it up and in. So Peter Biltman in the house. Alexander Walker goes in for the rim rocker.
No rim protection, no size. This is a small ball game.
Parks kicks it, extra pass, Zegars. Oh, Latvia basketball.
You said it, Latvia basketball, Zegars. He was open for the 3. What great ball movement and passing. Look at this.
Bruner goes downhill, gets it to the corner. Franz Bakker gets in. Bogdanovic, turnaround, quick shot, takes it. Bogdanovic, Troika. Well, coach, it may be Troika time. He's made the 3-pointer. What a shot from Paco Cruz. He was literally out of bounds. Oh, Procida, what are you doing?
corner buzzer. Between the legs, alley-oop pass.
Yes! I love it, Jeff. Yes!
I'm sure you can have something better. Oh, a good miss. The USA got it. Bridget from the corner. You have got to be kidding me. Unbelievable. A play for the ages at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Bridges does the unthinkable. Ties the game. 0.2 seconds left. I have never seen it.
Wow!
He gets it before the half. Holy smokes, Jordan Zamora.
Well, that's symbolic of the shooting we've seen from Venezuela this first half. From the three-point line, 12 of 25 in the three-pointer. Leg bomb, nothing but net.
How many times are we going to see this?
Baseline. Are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me!
Go attacks to close out. Feet Bruno inside.
Fills it up. It's all right.
Welcome back to Szombathely, Hungary, here at the main intermission. It has been a stunning performance from the hosts. We'll take a look at the top scorers. Sasu Salin doing all he can for Finland, but they trail by 21 at half-time, despite Salin's 12 points, making 4 of 7 threes. Nobody else really helping out the captain. His 12 points coming along with 4 rebounds and 2 assists in 13 minutes. But otherwise, Finland have really struggled there. Only -3 in his time on court, pretty much there with Hungary. That means when he's been off the court in the 7 minutes that the captain was on the bench, Hungary won by 18 points. Sasu Salin still full of composure on the perimeter. Well, Finland still full of fight. We haven't seen it yet tonight. We've seen Hungary put on a show. Nate Reuvers leading the way. He started with an alley-oop conversion on the opening possession. Adam Shamogi up high, Reuvers right to the rack, in behind Jan Tunen. Soaring and scoring, and ultimately doing it from all distances and angles. He knocked down a couple of threes, 4 on the perimeter, and a couple of free throws. 16 points without a single miss for Nate Reuvers. An offensive rebound on his stat line as well. How many of these buckets off the back of Shamogi assists? Shamogi leading the way with 6 assists and 0 turnovers in this game. Reuvers a perfect 16 points in his 12.5 minutes of action. Zoltan Pearl in double figures as well for Hungary. 11 points in 14 minutes for him. 4 of 8 shooting from the field, 2 of 2 from the line. 4 assists without a turnover for Pearl as well. Norbert Lukács has been a key player, perhaps some people didn't expect to be. He's got 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals in 8.5 minutes. Too many other players to focus on for Finland apart from the captain. That's their team line, 50% from 2, 31% from 3. Again, it's not horrific on the offensive end, but it certainly is on the defensive end. Mika Murinen, 4 points all from the foul line, has missed his only field goal attempt. He did have a blocked shot. He's coming in into this game. Murinen off the back of his best game in the Adriatic League yet for Partizan. Talked about Sasu Salin already. Well, we're going to see more of Murinen in the second half. Hungary shooting 70% from 2 and 44% from 3. And I think most impressively for Hungary, 16 assists with only 3 turnovers. And they've also grabbed 6 offensive rebounds despite only missing 15 shots. That's 2 more offensive rebounds than Finland, who missed 16 shots. Where do Finland go from here? Can they finally show up tonight? They've allowed 31 points in the first quarter and 29 in the second quarter. Hungary, in dominating the backboard, have used that to push the pace. They have the advantage in offensive rebounds, as we've talked about. Doubled the second chance points tally of Finland, 10-5. They have the advantage in defensive rebounds, using that for a 14-6 edge in fast break points. And they have an 11-8 advantage in points off turnovers. It's just been sheer domination in every single department. To provide the context again, this is a Hungary team that have never before qualified for the World Cup. Ranked 48th in the world, against a Finland team who have made 2 of the last 3 World Cups and are ranked 17th right now. Yes, they're missing Lauri Markkanen, but 9 of the 12 players available tonight help them get to the semi-finals and the bronze medal game at Eurobasket in the summer, where they co-hosted the event. Not meant to be decimated at this point, Lassi Tovi's team. He's been the man that keeps on raising the bar for them, taking them higher and higher. But Kasper Okorn and Hungary have taught Lassi Tovi and Finland a lesson thus far. Shimogi there, working on his shot. He's the point guard who has shaped the landscape of this ball game. He might shape an era of Hungarian basketball now.
Another pick with Nate, okay? Hey.
That's that QR code for the World Cup Qualifiers app. If you're not quick enough to catch it on your phone, find it in the relevant app store. That fantastic tool to have at your disposal to follow these World Cup qualifiers right the way through to FIBA Qatar 2027. This Finland team They've only lost to the last 2 Eurobaskets to the eventual European champions. In 2022, it was against Spain, who went on to win it. In the summer, it was against Germany, who went on to win it. They are a rising power on this continent, but they have been overpowered here in Szombathely tonight. Salin for his 5th three, inevitable. Sasu Salin shooting lights out. And perhaps saying it's not yet lights out on Finland. They have plenty to give in this game, down 18. They've trailed in the mid-20s. Shamogi's pass far side. It's a deep three that rims out. Now a chance for Finland to build some momentum off the back of the captain, who's built the platform. He's kept them alive in this game, Sasu Salin. He's 5 of 8 on the outside now. Shuni turnover. That was a big issue for them early on. Benka. And fouled on his way up was Zoltan Pearl. Salin's 15 points coming in 14 minutes now. So they're going to check that Salin 3, it seems, to see if he had a toe on the line. Can't tell without doubt there, but it looks as though that right sneaker is behind the line. Not sure his feet are that big. This will be a better look. It's on the coach's challenge. He's certainly beyond the perimeter. It's a strange way to use a challenge. It's 5 of 8 on the outside for Sasu Salin. Finland back with an 18. They've trailed by 26 on multiple occasions. They led by 26 entering the final minute of the second period. So that lead has been cut by 8 points over 2 minutes, bridging the first and second halves. Back up by 20, keeping his cool at the line, Zoltan Pearl. Perfect to the strike, 4 of 4 to 13 points for the game. Down holding his face is Edon Makshuni. Let's have a look at this contact. Shamogi going straight up, but then a little slap across the face on the way down. Certainly seemed to turn his hand towards the face. It's hard to make an argument for that being a legitimate body position in basketball play. This could be the watershed moment that Finland are looking for. They need something to help them out. They've done little bar Sasu Salin to help themselves out tonight. Can something light a fire under the Finns? So you see him go straight up, Shamogi here. And then on the way down, the right hand certainly left hanging when the ball is nowhere near it. These are the images that the officials are looking at right now at the scorer's table. It does hit the hand, I think, of the Finnish player on the way down, which maybe diverted it back towards the face of Maksuni. See if you can see the collision of the hands, which may have altered the course of Shemogi's hand. That makes it a tougher one than perhaps it appeared on first viewing. And hoping for free throws and possession. And they're taking a good long look here. Different angle now. You see his downward motion stopped as his hand collides with Maksuni's hand. And then it hits Maksuni's face. You wouldn't want to be in their shoes right now. This crowd in Sombate, of course, will do all it can to sway the officials, to no avail. They will come to whatever they feel is the right call, and they call the unsportsmanlike foul. You can tell what this crowd thinks of it. Shemogi has done very little wrong until this point. Could it be the turning point? Shemogi 6 points, 6 assists, 0 turnovers, but an unsportsmanlike foul. And a big cheer for the miss from Maksuni. He was 6 of 6 at the line before the miss. All of his points have come from the strike. So the ball back, down 18, having trailed by 26. Only a couple of minutes ago in terms of playing time. Turnover, though. They've played Finland all night. Benka bulldozing his way to the basket from coast to coast. Full force forward for Hungary. 21 the lead, undeterred by the call against them. Jantunen puts it in. He's got 11 points, but that's only his 3rd field goal. He's 5 of 8 at the line. 19 the gap, Shemogi. Benka, this time a 3 for him. And the Hungarian offense hasn't stuck tonight until that point. It has been free-flowing right the way through. He'll go again, Shemogi. Penetrates the paint, and he's fouled, and Finland pick up a couple in the first couple of minutes. And it's becoming a little heated here in Hungary. Those same 2 players reach in from Maksuni on Shemogi, who'd just been called for the unsportsmanlike foul the other way. There he goes again, Benka in the corner. Pass was deflected towards him, poked away by Sasu Salin, who's Finland's top scorer and biggest fighter, it seems, even at the age of 34. 4.9 on the shot clock, thanks to Salin's pressure. Finland in the game, thanks to Salin's 15 points. Benka, 4.2 on the clock. Benka's inbound. It's Pearl, swivels on the perimeter, off one leg, back iron, rebound grab Jantunen. Finland for the first time really have their heads held high here. After being blown to bits early on. They're sensing that the green shoots of a recovery perhaps are emerging. It's an off-ball foul, I think, on Lukac. Trying to fight through the screen up against Jantunen. So 3 fouls on Hungary now, only 1 more to give the rest of the period. We've only played a couple of minutes. More positivity for Finland here. Swing it around, baseline burst, and somehow a forced finish for the Finns from Elias Valtonen. Pure power and willpower to put it in, as Nate Reivers came across looking for the block. One good for Valtonen, and what a big play. We've had a couple of big moments now. The unsportsmanlike foul, that three-point play, and from 26 down, Finland are only 16 down in the space of around 3.5 minutes of action either side of the main intermission. Can Hungary sustain on the offensive end? A miss. Sally in the rebounds. That's his 5th. Releases his teammate Valtonen, who has it picked off. And then the foul on Kamoa. It'll be Finland's 3rd. It's a little bit weather the storm time for Hungary here. If they can hold Finland at arm's length, and they'll be within sight of the finish line, but this is a really important period of the ball game. Oh, it's good. Fouled on his way through and got the roll of the home rim. Silar Benka. Kasper Okorn's team just keep on hitting back. Moving away from the basket. Fouled by Jantunen. And a chance at a three-point play for Benka. Jantunen's picked up his 3rd personal. Madsen on 3 as well for Finland. Lukac and Palai on 3 for Hungary. They've got 4 fouls on Valerio Bodon, but they're not too concerned about that. Three-point shot, Kamoa, no. Offensive rebound, Salin kicks it back out. Short on the 3s, going for it again. 6 rebounds now for Salin. That was his 1st on the offensive glass to go along with 15 points. A chance to take the lead back beyond 20 here for Hungary. Reivers, pass wasn't measured well. Rare turnovers for Hungary, having protected the ball impeccably. And there's more intensity about Finland. More positivity on the offensive end. It comes from the intensity on the defensive end. The two married with each other. So often defense provides the platform for the offense. Foul underneath. We've only played 3 minutes and 45 seconds of the 3rd. Both teams have filled up those red lines beneath their names. Finland have had an 8-point unanswered run in this period. They've thrown what they can at Hungary to see if they will budge. (17) the gap, it's been 26. Shamogu. Recently committed his 1st turnover of the game. Pearl, 13 points for him now. Zoltan Pearl going to work again. It's Shamogi open for 3, short, offensive rebounds. Zoltan Pearl and the refresh shot clock. Pearl pulls up long range 2 and knocks down another 15 for Pearl. Ian Reivers combining for 31 of Hungary's 69. 19 the gap. Turnover again, so many of them for Finland tonight. Even when they've improved in this period, Shamogi fizzes it at pace. Short though was Pearl that time from close proximity. Kamoa, Salin, Salin's side skip three-point shot off that time. It was a tough one. And Hungary will get the ball back. No doubt Lassi Tobi's team have been better, but Hungary have been able to withstand the heat. Finland winning this period 11-9 so far, but that is not enough. After they trail by 24 at half-time. Salin's going to need a break. 34-year-old has played 18 minutes, got 15.6 rebounds. And it's Pearl, and that is a Pearl from Zoltan. 18 points to lead the way now. And Hungary are back up by north of 20. Sepala. Murinen, we've not seen too much of him, into Kamoa. Kamoa, the fade, the fall, the finish. On his way down from Oliver Kamoa. He's been comparatively quiet though, Kamoa. 6 points on 3 of 7 shooting in around 17 minutes. Benka, he's not shy to shoot, rims out. Kamoa the rebound, he averaged 10.8 points at Eurobasket, third best on the team. Here he is again, now looking to get going with back-to-back buckets, but the miss and the rebound for Benka. So Hungary by 20, final 4 minutes of the third. Defense backing off from Pearl, do that at your peril. He's averaging over 20 points per game in the Hungarian league. He was very nearly over 20 here. That would have taken him to 21. Murinen hasn't had a chance to take off on the offensive end so far. He's 0 of 2 from the field, both of them on the outside. His nation haven't had a chance to take off on the offensive end yet. Pearl plays the pass to Rivas. Murinen in the way. Can he light Finland's fire? Both teams at the foul limit, so Murinen to the line where he's got all of his 4 points so far. Really able to do a bit of everything. Mika Murinen, he can handle the ball well, he can gallop down the hardwood, he can shoot, he can fly, we know that. I've seen he can block shots in this game too. He's played 10.5 minutes. He's got 3 rebounds, an assist, 2 blocks. He's 0 of 2 from the field, but he's been perfect at the line, where he's now 6 of 6 for his 6 points. Finland down 18. A huge 3 minutes of this game to come. Will shape the narrative heading into the fourth. Into a pack, sandwiched, not fouled, was Marcel Pongo. But Hungary, even when they lose the ball, are always applying pressure. So many times we've seen them pinch it right back. 14 turnovers in this game for Finland. Can they save it at centre court? No, they can't. There's only 3 turnovers at half-time for Hungary. They've had 2 in this period so far. Oakhorn hoping his team can keep it up. Have to imagine there'll be a big Finland push towards the finish. Sombate bracing itself for it. Shot clock's about to expire here. Sepala had to heave and he got it from beyond the setting sun to show the sun has not yet set on the Susiyengi. Larry Sepala putting up a prayer and having it answered by the basketball gods. The gap down to 15 now. That's as close as Finland have been for a long time. Having trailed by 26, they've taken 11 off the advantage. Tough shot on the turn for Pongo, off. Offensive rebound off from Melag. And now Finland really have their tails up. And a flash and a finish, and the Wolfpack on the attack. And Gaspar Okorn forced to call timeout, with Hungary's once 26-point lead having been cut in half, with still 12.
Let's go, guys. It's okay, let's go.
It is a 12-20 third quarter to Finland. So Pala had to heave it. I'm not sure he wanted it here from Kantanen, with a quick release, and it was right on target to take the arrears down to 13. Hungary held to 12 points in the 8 minutes of this period, having scored 31 in the first and 29 in the second. What have they got off the back of Gaspar Okorn's timeouts? Benka, lots of motion. Now it sticks with 6 on the shot clock. In isolation, going to work, one-on-one. Pull-up three-point shot off left. Racing to the rebound, but running out of room was Gergo Melag. Finland can look to continue moving down the comeback trail. Sepala. Jantunen taking on the responsibility and putting a foul on Melag and getting to the line again. He's drawn so many fouls, Mikael Jantunen. 5 of his 11 points so far coming from this stripe. He's missed 3 though. His club team Fenerbahce on a flying run right now, having had a tough start to their season. Messi Tovi's Finland have had a really tough first half of this game, but they're looking to pick themselves back up off the canvas here in the second half and keep on chipping away. They've found the right formula, it seems. It's up to Hungary now to show they've got the strength and stamina to hold off the Finland fight back. Ruinen goes down, feeling a bit of pain after the foul. Left high school in the US in the summer, chose a 3-year deal with Partizan. Not yet going to the NCAA. He's had offers from the likes of Duke and UCLA and Kentucky. He's got a new coach now, of course, or he will have a new coach at club level. The great Željko Obradović leaving Partizan just a couple of days ago. He's only been getting 13 minutes a game in the Adriatic League, Mika Murinen. So he'll hope to increase his playing time and increase his stock still further. Perhaps under a new head coach. Now, not the time for Hungary to be missing foul shots. Finland looking to get back within single figures. Three-point shot to do so. Off. Big rebound. There's a foul surely on Murin in there. Play goes on. Pearl. Can they stand the pressure here, Hungary? A score might just release the pressure valve. They don't want to turn it over. Murin thought he could pinch it. Three-pointer off for Pongo. So there's a 6 or 7 second differential between shot clock and game clock at the end of the third quarter. There could be a huge psychological shift if there hasn't been already. If Finland reduce the arrears into single figures. Sepala far side. Side skip back behind the three-point line. Short though. Still time for Hungary to have the final say in the third. A deep three, and he's fouled on it and put it in! The miracle conversion for Tomasz Polaj. Polaj dead-eye. And Hungary get a huge step closer to this almighty upset win. When you felt like Finland were fighting back, what a costly foul from Murin, the 18-year-old. And what a shot from Tomasz Polaj. He misses the and one, but Hungary up by 14. When it seemed like they were heading into the fourth, only up by single figures, having earlier led by 26. A tough end to an otherwise fabulous quarter for the Finns. Hungary 75, Finland 61 with 10 to play. We are not done yet. That one finished as a 22-15 third period in favour of Finland, taking 7 off the half-time deficit. But it looked like it would be more. They got from 26 down ultimately and had opportunities to make it a single-digit margin, but instead trailed by 14 heading into the final 10 minutes. Key player for them in finding the right combination was Kantonen, Henri Kantonen, playing a large part of that period. Finland a +4 with him on the court. But they're still -14 altogether. Kamoa starting to get going. We saw a huge three from Sepala. Finland led by these 15 points of Sasu Salin, who's also got 6 rebounds, and the 13 points of Mikael Jantunen. But Hungary have 18 from Zoltan Pearl, along with 4 assists and 0 turnovers. And 16 from Nate Reivers, who's only missed 1 shot. Finland do get the ball at the start of the final period, facing the prospect of starting their World Cup qualifying campaign with the feet in. Nice play. Neatly drawn up, excellently executed. And Sepala points an appreciation at the pass, and Finland are back within 12. Shamogi. No further assists for him at 6.5, hasn't added any yet in the second half. And he, of course, in that third period committed the unsportsmanlike foul, as well as his first turnover of the game. So Finland have started to clamp down on him a bit. Shimogi, Rivers. It's 2 misses now. So Rivers was a perfect 6 of 6 in the first half for 16 points. He's 0 of 2 since half-time. The Finnish defense much better since the break. It was hard to be worse. It was hard to be as bad. They conceded 31 in the first, 29 in the second, only 15 in the third. Sepala into the paint. Tough contested shot against the big man Rivers. Sepala, the 188 point guard against the 2'9" big man Rivers. Pongo. Shimogi, shot clock down to the final 5. Shimogi, great strength the way he passes the ball. Offensive rebound, Rivers. And Salim left down, holding the bridge of his nose. Finland have been bloodied in this one. But you better believe they're here in the second half to fight back. Shimogi an air ball. He's had the wind sucked out of his sails. Chance for Finland to get within single figures. Salin off. Janten an offensive rebound. 3-point shot near side, and they're back within 9. Elias Valtonen gets Finland within 3 possessions from 26 down. Just his second score, his first on the outside. And bumped out of bounds and off the ball. Lassi Tovi's team left themselves a mountain to climb, but they look capable of reaching the summit from 26 down. Wide open spot, Kamoa for 3, short. Pongo. Hungary need a bit of composure. Lassi Tovi's very animated indeed on the far side. Desperate to see his team continue their turn-up in intensity on the defensive end. Another miss forced. There's so long to go in this game. Kamoa. And a foul on Polya. On the mismatch. First foul on Hungary in the 4th. It's 1 positive for them. They've gone nearly 3 minutes until they commit their first foul. Don't want to get into early foul trouble here in this quarter. It will really help out the team who are chasing in terms of stopping the clock. And of course, not letting Hungary play with the defensive intensity they want to, but how about the stretch and the score of the inbound for Valtonen, who's really starting to have an impact. He's got 8 points now, including 5 in this period. 7 the gap, going baseline up against Salin, who forces the miss, but a frustrating foul for him, with Zoltan Pearl attacking. We've witnessed a 7-0 start to the 4th period in favor of Finland. Sasu Salin not best pleased with that call. Seemed to get all ball. So a chance for Hungary, whose fans are looking pretty nervous now, to get their first points of the 4th. After they had a 60-point first half in this game, only 16 points in 13+ minutes since. Pearl looking to hit 20. The top scorer in this game. Importantly, a perfect 6 of 6 at the line. With the clock stopped, he deals with the pressure. Hungary by 9, 6.5 to play. Saline always on the move. Off the basket, rebounds. And glance the backboard before hitting the rim. Benka. Rivas. Benka can slow it down. Benka. 7 on the shot clock. You can see a massive improvement from Finland's defense. Pearl, though, gets a free look in the final second and drops a bomb. Zoltan Pearl with the perfect play for Hungary as a team. They use every single millisecond and then deliver a huge blow to the chin of Lassi Tobi's team. Timeout Finland to trail by 12 with 6 minutes to play. Well, that is the pressure valve releasing shot from Zoltan Pearl, who's got 23 points in 23 minutes now. 4 of 8 from 2, 3 of 6 from 3, and a perfect 6 of 6 at the line. Finland scored the first 7 points of this period. Pearl, by himself, has scored the last 5. The lead taken back to double figures after Finland got as close as 7 from 26 down. Previously, we'd seen Elias Valtonen have a big say for Finland. There's still so much time left in this game, 6 minutes to play, a 4-possession margin. But Hungary hoping to hold off the almighty Finland push. Three-point shot to take it back to single figures, no. Rebound Benka. Longer possessions are going to help Hungary out now. So too are these fans here in Sombate. Shamogi, very adept at dictating the pace, keeping the ball, and then creating a shot, or indeed taking one at the end. Off the footwork, the finish from the new shining star, Shamogi. Hungary by 15 over Finland with 5 to play. Off-ball foul. Players colliding through the paint. But Adam Shamogi, welcome back. He was lighting up this night in the first half. Had his switch flicked off in the third period. But he's showing up again for the big finish. 9 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. That was his first 3. Saline on the bench now for Finland. Maksuni over the top of Rivas, knocks it down. Maksuni puts another stitch in the Finland wounds. Can they recover? At one point, they couldn't stop the bleeding. Conceding 60 in the first half. Down by 26 they were. Gliding to the goal through a gap. He has taken over. Zoltan Pearl has 25 points in as many minutes. With every score, with every possession, with every tick of the clock, Hungary get closer to a huge win. Shamogi hoping for the defensive smother, instead the foul. Hungary have one to give the rest of the way. This one is on the shot, so a trip to the line to come here for Makshuni. Zoltan Pearl doing it all inside and out. He's playing in the Europe Cup this season. With his club side, he's averaging 17.7 points and 4.7 assists, and he's a high-volume scorer on a 60-55-86 shooting split. Zoltan Pearl. That's in the FIBA Europe Cup. Makshuni at the line. Finland down 13, 4 minutes 16 seconds to play. Lassi Tovi trying to keep up the encouragement and the confidence. Kasper Okorn and Hungary just desperate to hold off a team that is so far above them. 31 places above them in the FIBA rankings, to be precise. Shamogi. Rivas. Going in isolation now. Rivas over the top of the defense front tire. Murin in the rebounds. Murin's going to pull up for the three, and he knocks it down. The first real moment of magic for Mika. Finland within 10. 3.5 to play. It's a big shot because it's a three and it's a quick shot. Shamogi, he takes the quick shot as well, but the offensive rebound. Hungary would benefit now perhaps from a bit more composure, a bit more patience. Benka drifting, not draining. Rebound Saline, who's back in. The captain flips it forward. Valtonen could have taken the shot, doesn't. So they take more time off the clock, then they pull the trigger on a three that's off right. Shamogi the rebound, that's his fifth. And again, there's off-board contact, Murin and Benka. Murinen's now got 9 points, 7 rebounds and 3 blocked shots. And that after a quiet start to this game. He's only played just under 16 minutes. He got caught on the way down. Painful part of the body by Benka. Despite ultimately big numbers from Muurinen. 5 made threes from Saline. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists from Jantunen. Kasper Okorn's Hungary are still ahead by 10. Zoltan Pearl has 25 points. It was a balanced offense for much of the first half. It's not now. Both teams have 3 fouls. 1 to give the rest of the way each final 3 minutes. Any score huge at any point for Hungary now. Just keep that scoreboard ticking over. And darting through a gap, they're missing Rivas. That is tough. How did he miss from there, Nate Rivas? Big three, huge three for Finland. Back within 7 with 2.5 to play. What a swing. Valtonen has been the main man since half-time. 11 points for him. Hungary should have been up by 12 off the putback from Rivas that he couldn't convert. Now, only 7. Big pressure applied again. Shamogi, shake-off, double team drawn, caught in 2 minds. Now it's 2-on-1 in transition. Fumbled, though, by Sepala. They'll try and upgrade to a 3. Muurinen off. Rebound Rivas. And this Sombate crowd can breathe a huge sigh of relief for a moment. Benka, as they take their time with the ball. Now they have to create in the final seconds of the shot clock. Benka to the corner, they do. 3. It rolled around every part of the rim before coming out for Lukac. And maybe that was the miss that keeps Finland breathing. Would have otherwise been a 10-point lead with a minute and a half to play. 96 seconds on the clock. To be precise, timeout Finland, having once again got as close as 7 from 26 down. They've shown so much improvement. Lassi Toivi's team in the second half. They're winning the second half 39-25. But they conceded 60 points before half-time. The shooting percentages are fairly even now, but Hungary have grabbed 5 extra offensive rebounds and they've had half as many turnovers in this game. So their shot count is keeping them ahead. And they've got the pearl of their offense, shining the brightest on this stage tonight. Zoltan Pearl with 25 points. And Shemogi, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. .96 seconds to play, 7 the lead. Finland will try and get as close as they've been. Oh, they turn it over. Shemogi checks the rearview mirror, soars and scores, getting highlight reel high for Hungary. What a tough turnover on a night that Finland have been plagued by so many. And Salin way off. And Hungary now are very nearly there. Up by 3 possessions, up by 3 threes, and have the ball back. And have Shemogi back. After his quiet spell in the third period, he's up to 11 points now with a steal to go along with those 6 assists and 5 rebounds. Lassi Toivi wanting the officials to take a look here. Hungary by 9, 74 seconds to play. It seems Finland, as improved as they've been since the main intermission, just gave themselves too much to do with that torrid first half performance. This is what they're looking at here. Mooden's been far more involved in the second half. Now they're looking at this foul. Or is it the out of bounds call? And it's a challenge requested by Lassi Toivi for the out of bounds, perhaps. There you see it. Possession awarded to his team. Down 9, so the initial call was in favour of Hungary, but the final touch was off the host, so a bit of a break for Finland. Now it's not so clear-cut. There's off-ball action and contact. And Gasper Okor not happy at all, the Hungarian head coach. More for the officials to talk through here. They're going to go back to the monitor. Indeed, they are. So it seemed as though Hungary initially were up by 9 and had possession. Then possession overturned. And now what in favour of Finland, perhaps? You can never say never in this game. At times we've seen the seemingly impossible. And we saw it with Lithuania already in this window against Great Britain. Zoltan Pearl, who is grabbing a hold of Salin. The two talismanic talents for their respective teams. Hungary are plus 32 in this game in Zoltan Pearl's 25 minutes, in which he scored 25 points. Finland are plus 2 in a game they're trailing by 9 in the 26 minutes of the captain Sasu Salin, who's got 15 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Pearl grappling Salin here, while running into the screen set by Elias Valtonen, who's been huge in the second half himself. It's now Finland who've got the more balanced offense. For Hungary, Pearl's just taken over in the second half to try and keep them ahead. Regular foul on Zoltan Pearl. I believe it's his fourth, no, it's his third. It's a throw-in foul on Zoltan Pearl. The ball was not yet in bounds. So Salin at the line. Hungary also at the foul limit. Finland still have the one foul to give. 74 seconds to play. They inbound because it was the throw-in foul. And there's an offensive foul against Finland. It goes down to add insult to injury. The 3 goes down for Salin, but it won't count. There was an offensive foul first in trying to get him free. So Hungary by 8 have the ball finally back in their possession. Shomogyi held up at centre court, able to keep it. Hungary were superior across the first 2 periods. Now it's survival time in terms of their lead. That's a travel, is it, on the slip? 53.7 to play. They are up 3 possessions. Here's the skidding footwork. Are they going to let this once 26-point lead slip? The finish line is in sight for Hungary, but they are crawling towards it. Any further defensive fouls from either team send the opposition offense to the foul line. Shooting foul or not. Final minute. Sepala. Finland down 8, need to work quickly. Sepala runs into trouble on the perimeter. Finds Jantunen, who puts it on the floor, then runs into the help defense and then throws it away. And Finland don't even get a shot away. And now Hungary are just about there. Finland not fouling. This is going to be an almighty reaction from this home crowd at the finish. Benka keeping the ball, Salin fouling, Benka going to the line, and Hungary are going to beat Finland on game day 1 of the World Cup qualifiers. What a job Gasper Okorn's team have done. They showed their talent in the first half and their mentality in the second. Their quality in the first, their character after the main break. And their spirit did not break, despite the fact Finland threw everything at them. Benka puts them back up by 10. And Sombate is standing for the finish. The world number 17 nation Finland, the Eurobasket semi-finalists, are going to fall to the world number 48 Hungary. Foul on the three-point shot of Matsuni, so he's going to go to the line for three. Only 4.4 seconds to play though. Tonight for Hungary, it's a trip to Belgium on Monday. Then they host France in February to start the next window, as well as going to France for the reverse meeting just a couple of days later. And in July to finish the first stage, it's the away game in Finland, when Finland will hope for payback. And then a home game for Hungary against Belgium. The top three of this 14 group will go to the second stage, but remember, they carry their records with them to the second stage. So even if Lassi Tovi's team recover in this first stage, as you'd expect they should, this could be a painful defeat when it's all said and done. They've got to face France a couple of times still, to starting with a defeat. The points differential could ultimately be pivotal come the end of this group, so of course they have to go through each and every play meticulously, as if it could decide their fate, because it really could. An all-round excellent game from Adam Shamogi, putting a tough and sportsmanlike foul call behind him. In a tough third period for Hungary, they have bounced back in a big way. He's the personification of their ability to get back to their feet and to hold Finland off at the finish. Hungary by 7, a chance for one more shot, 4.4 to play. It's away, it's off. But the Finns came here as favourites. Instead, Hungary showing Sisu spirit as the underdogs to down Lassi Tovi's team and get a 7-point win over Finland to start their World Cup qualifying campaign. A nation that's never been to the grand stage goes 1-0 here in Group G. And Finland, the men from the land of 1,000 lakes, were drowning in the first half underneath 60 points of Hungary. Lassi Tovi's team got their head above water after half-time. They gasped, they got their breath back, they got back within striking distance. But they ultimately lose by 7, having earlier trailed by 26. And it was Zoltan Pearl for Hungary, who at times was hotter than a Finnish sauna. but eventually finished the Finns off. 25 points in 26 minutes for Zoltan Pearl. And many of them huge shots in the second half when other players for Hungary were struggling to score, having had everybody involved on the offensive end in the first half. Adam Shimogyi showed how bright the future can be for Hungary as well. He's becoming a star for them now, the 25-year-old. 11 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds and a steal for Shimogyi. A big steal and dunk late on, a big three-point shot as well. After his big first half, Zoltan Pearl was big right the way through, but at his very best when the pressure was on late. His 25 points coming on 5 of 9 two-point shooting, 3 of 6 three-point shooting, 6 of 6 at the line. Kasper Okorn in a joyous mood, so too everybody else in Szombathely as Hungary win it 89-82. Finland ending up with a better percentage on the interior after Hungary had dominated in that department. The rebounding numbers evened up in the end as well, so too the assists, but you see the turnover count there. Hungary just 9 turnovers. Finland committing 17. That was really an issue they couldn't solve right the way through, despite improving in a number of other areas after half-time, particularly with their defensive diligence and tenacity. After Hungary scored 60 first-half points, they only added 29 after half-time, but still held on for the win, despite losing both of the last 2 periods of play. Elias Valtonen was huge in the second half in trying to get Finland back in it. He had 11 points. They ultimately had 4 scorers in double figures, led by the 16 of Sasu Salin, the majority of which came before halftime. 13 for Mikael Jantunen, along with 7 rebounds, 4 assists. 13 for Makshuni, 9 for Mika Murinen, along with 8 rebounds and 3 blocks for the 18-year-old in 18 minutes, but it was not to be. They failed to climb out of a huge hole that Hungary put them in with their on-fire first half. Zoltan Pearl, 25 points, 4 assists, a steal and just 1 turnover, leading the way for the hosts. They had 4 in double figures, 16 perfect points in the first half for Nate Reavers. He was 6 of 6 at halftime, went 0 of 5 in the second half. An indication of the improvement of the interior defense of Finland, but Shimogyi, 11 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, a steal. He starred behind Zoltan Pearl. They had 10 from Benka, along with 4 rebounds and a steal. They had 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 steals from Norbert Lukács. And Hungary go top of Group G for now. Now 1-0, handing Finland a defeat on game day 1. France against Belgium is the other game here on game day 1 of this group. From me, Tim Long, a pleasure having your company for this one. We'll see you next time for more FIBA 2027 World Cup qualifiers.